Hey guys, it's JH. Welcome to the practice tee. Just trying a little bit different. I haven't got my good audio back yet, so I'm jury rigging my old one. So it might be a little bit how's your mother, but we'll give it a go. Okay guys, for everybody that sees this and watches the JH practice tee and the Atomic Golf channel, I'd just like to wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I hope it's all a nice safe one for everybody on the planet, and I hope next year brings the prospects that you hope will eventuate. Just think positive, guys, and what do they say, things will always get better if you think they'll get better. And no matter how tough we're doing it, and we've all had tough times, I've had the worst year I've had in my life, we're all doing tough times. There are always people doing it a lot tougher than us guys. And we really have to have that perspective. But anyway guys, I hope your golf swing supports you over the Christmas period and when you play, and next year there's a lot happening for us and with us, and I'm sure that it's going to be a fantastic time for all of us next year as Channel Lock progresses. And I know Channel Lock is going to progress at an amazing rate, because every day there are little bits that come into it. We're in the refinement process guys, and that's where I'm going to be. I'm not ready to put it to bed yet in terms of finished product, because there are so many individualities that we have to make available to people and give them the liberty to apply for themselves. Okay, a couple of things. Somebody asked about getting excessive hard draws, and I'm not exactly sure what the excess was or what the shape of it was. Now there's two excesses that you can get in the Channel Lock golf swing, and basically the standard shot is a little baby draw. But if you get an excessive draw and it's a big what I call a tangential draw, where the ball goes, if this is our target line, the ball goes way out away from the target line and then has a big hard draw associated with it. That is caused, guys, by having maybe the ball too far back in the stance. Because what happens in any golf swing, if this is a conventional golf swing, as we're starting down, the club is moving on the arc. As it gets to here, it's pointing over there. As it gets to here, it's pointing over there. As it gets to here, it's pointing there. As it gets to the ball, it's pointing there. Now, with Channel Lock, it's exactly the same. Even though we feel that the swing is a straight line, it has an arc mechanism in it as well. I mean, we can't get away from that. I mean, the swing is an arc, because our shoulders turn around our spine. So, if you're getting the big tangential push away draw and it's coming over and over drawing, the ball's too far back, and the reason I say that is because the club is still pointing way over for a right hander, way right by the time it gets the ball, and that's because the ball is there. If I bring it here, the club where it's back here is pointing there. The more I bring the ball up, it tends to point here and then tends to point there. So you have to work that out for yourself. You could have it too far back. Now the other one is, if you're just getting basically a hard draw, a power draw, and it's starting, a little right of our target line, which Channel Lock is designed to do. Starts a little right of the target line, but then really draws back hard and maybe crosses the target line. Guys, that's path and face. That's elementary stuff in standard ball flight laws. And that just means that if you're coming in here and if your ball is in the right place but you're getting an overdraw, you just got the face shut down too much. That's all it is, guys. Your face is just shut down too much. So just incrementally, just open a little bit of the dress and just try it until that draw gets away. Because that's just path and face. When the club is crossing the path here, the face is closed, it's going to draw the ball. How much it draws depends on how much the face is closed. So just try that. But guys, when you set the club up to alter the face alignment factor when you're testing it, if you're going to open the face a bit, open the club before you grip it. Don't just turn your hands like that to open the face, because guys, what will happen is that because you've got your normal grip on here, as you come back you're going to have normal rotation, so you're just going to come back and have exactly the same amount of face orientation that you had. So the way to do it is you must just open the face mechanically and then take your grip. Don't just roll your hands to open the face or roll your arms. Yeah, so that's that point about overdrawing the ball. One's a big tangential draw, which is a straight out there and a real hard overdraw, and the other one is just a normal draw but a power draw, but too much. One is path and comes about by ball position, which is the first one, and the second one is just too much club face, closed down. Okay guys, now some people are saying that they're having difficulty hitting the ball off the back foot with the driver, or getting any height out of the driver. And guys, we're over here with the cows, and I had an amazing thing happen yesterday. I was over here and I was talking on my phone. See that fence there? And I just walked across and I was getting over that barbed wire there, and I was talking on the phone. As I got over the barbed wire, I was just going down to pick something up down there that I dropped down there, and as I got over, I was talking on the phone, I put my foot down like that and I trod on a brown snake, which is the most venomous snake in Australia. Like normally you don't get treatment, you're sort of dead in 40 minutes. It's as venomous as any snake in the world. And it was right beside that post there. And what happened was, the snake turned and it struck, but it hit the post. And I think it mistook the post for my leg. And luckily for me, and I'm a pretty quick reactor, I just got out of the way, and I thought, wow, because if it had bitten me, guys, I'm probably, if I was bitten by a snake, I'd be driving pretty quick. But the hospital is still, probably 15 k's away up the road here. So yeah, it wouldn't have been pleasant, but we're just so lucky. I just wasn't concentrating. But he missed. He missed me. But so JH may not have been here today. Just, as we say here in Australia, scared the daylights out of me, guys. So that was just something that happened yesterday. And it's very hot over here, and the ground is, and the grass is brown, and you can't see the snakes. And there's a lot of snakes in Australia, particularly in this type of terrain here. Okay, now trying to get the ball up with channel lock. Okay, you've got to have plenty of loft on the club, guys, clearly. But also what you've got to do, and I'll get up here and talk a little bit, talk closer to the microphone. What you have to do, guys, is you've got to get as much perpendicularity on the shaft as you can. I keep talking about it all the time. Perpendicularity, up and down, or vertical, whatever. And as we set it up, guys, see how the club is in line with the trail arm? Try and get that as a process in your in your setup. You can get here and you can put a little bit on it. You take it back. I mean, I even do a little bit of that. But I have the face open a lot, so it doesn't shut my club face down. So I have the face open quite a lot, so I'm putting more loft on it as well, or in addition. Yeah, so guys, you've got to be really here so that when we take it back, we've got the full face loft available to us when we're taking it back. Yeah, so think, yeah, you don't set up like this. Don't set up like that. It's very easy. If you've got, I have a lot of back cock for a reason, guys, because it sets the club and my arms in a position where I can take it straight back in the backswing. If I'm a bit too square on, I just think I'm going to go sideways a little bit. But so I want to be here. But at the end of the day, you can't. You want to come into the to the driver in at least that position with the shaft perpendicular, or even a little bit back. Even if you can set it up, guys, with what I call a bit of negative shaft angle, that'll help you. And as you come in, just fire it this way. It doesn't matter if you fire the hands. That's unhinging. This is not a cocking action, this is a hinging action in channel lock. We don't cock the wrist, we hinge the wrist. So we hinge them here going back, so we unhinge them here. So that's for the guys that are having trouble getting the ball in the air, even with your irons, guys. With your irons, don't put too much shaft angle on it. Try and get the club, try and get it like that. See, this is really strange looking, but that's the way you've got to be. And with your driver, guys, grip it down. That'll get you closer to it. If you're stretching too much for the ball, you're really not going to be in a position to fire the club up as you're coming in. Closer, when I get away from it, I tend to feel like very archy in the downswing. When I get closer to it, I feel very vertical, and the shoulders feel very, very angular and very steep. Now the other thing that will kill any height in the shot is on the downswing. As we start down, if we move this way at all, if we move it this way, you can have the shoulders closed, guys, but if you move that trail vertical axis forward like that, you're just going to kill the loft, because you can't release the golf club up, and you need to do that with a driver. You need to be releasing it up with a driver, and even with longer irons. I mean, I always hit up on everything. I don't hit it down on it, never have. I'm very Count Yogi-ish. So, yeah, we set up here, and then as we come in, guys, we keep the weight back here on this trail vertical axis as much as we can, like there's a rod down here, and we're going to fire everything away. As I say, the only thing we want to go out to the golf ball is the club. We don't want to go out to it. We never want to go out to it. And if you go out to it a little bit, you just won't be able to straighten your right arm, and you won't be able to get the proper loft on the club when you hit it. So this here, guys, as you're coming in, this has got to stay back. When I hit it good, I feel like, you know, the right side of my throat is outside my right thigh, and that's how I stay back, and that's how I fire it up. But if I don't want to move, I want to be here. I don't want to fire, I don't want to move here. As soon as I move here, guys, I'm dead. Not only that, it takes your hands forward as well. Look what happens. If I'm here at address and I come in here and I move forward, look where my hands are. They've taken the loft off the club and they've pointed the face to the right. So that's one of the important facets of being able to get the ball up in the air. Now, one of the other things, guys, is how we release the golf club. If we're taking it back like this, we're taking it back like this, when we come in, we don't want to do that. We want to fire the club head out there, but keep the hands back. Very much like Da Vinci. Don't fire everything out there. Don't fire everything out there like that. If anything, the feeling is when we're going to do that, when we're going to take that scoop of ice cream, or like Billy Phillips's cheese scrape, when we're doing the scrape here, guys, look what happens to the handle of the club here. As we do the back scrape here, the handle comes in towards the trail hip like that. And that's the feeling you've got to get. You don't want the club feeling like it's doing that. You can't release the club. Feel like when you do your scoop that the handle comes in and the club head goes out. Now that might help a lot of people. Here, we're doing our back scoop, but the handle's coming in. See how the handle's coming this way? There. And that's how we want to be. And guys, that's really the way you really do accelerate the golf club. Because the handle is not moving forward. It's fixing itself in terms of a fulcrum here. And with that fixed fulcrum, this long radius here on the end of the shaft really can move away from that fixed fulcrum. If you move the fulcrum forward, you're just diminishing and deleting the ability of the club head to use that fixed fulcrum to develop speed. And I neglected to mention that, and that's remiss of me, because I very much feel that the handle comes in as I get the back cock here, and I do my scoop, my back scoop here. I really do feel like the club comes in here. And what that does, guys, is that drives a lot of the weight and a lot of the energy momentum downwards, down that trail side. When the handle comes in, it drives the weight down here. When the handle goes forward like that, it takes the upper body with it. I can feel that in the golf swing. So these are little modifications that you can work with. Now, they are very, very complex. And these are atomic particles of channel lock. But very, very important. I mean, these are the neutrons. And I'm no atomic physicist. I don't even know the composition of an atom. But these are the neutrons of the atomic particle, guys. You've really got to get this right here. Once we go here, I'll turn this way. Once we've gone here, my ice cream scooping, this handle is coming in here. And what that does for me, guys, is drives the weight down that trail leg and it pops that lead shoulder up. Now also, you can just fire that, you can fire your hips open as much as you like. You don't have to keep your hips closed. You can jump out of the ground here. See, if I fire my hip open there, keep my shoulder closed, what happens? It drives this back, drives this hip here, and drives the weight straight down there. So you can do that, guys. It's this, and that's how you generate a lot of speed. I'll show you that. That's how you generate mega hit on the shot. Look at this. See, I'm back here, guys, but I've driven this here. Shoulders are closed, hips fire open, and it's this. Yeah, so, yeah, a lot of people may have been not getting any power because they're doing that. They're sliding the lower body too far forward. Don't slide the lower body, but brace it here. Brace it, snap that lead leg shut, pull this back here, and the shoulders are closed. And as soon as I pull that back there, it drives the weight tangentially back into there. So I'll see if I can do a good job of that. Do it this way. So there I am, guys. I'm staying back here. Now that's the ultimate. If you can do that, fire the club out and stay back there on that trail axis. Okay, that looks like a holdback and a layback, and it is. But this is channel lock. We want to stay back here and fire in the channel. Look at that. Look, I'm here, guys, and that ball's just motored. But look at this, look. I fired this back here. All that weight now is right in the arch of my foot. This is extreme, and I'm showing it to you in an extreme fashion and manner, just to show you how that body action is supposed to work. In that, yeah. So we fire the hips open, but the shoulders are closed. I can't hit it better than that, and I'd love to be in this position every time I hit it there. That's where I'd like to finish. That's where I'd ultimately like to finish on my golf swing. Because, guys, that's done that, and that's done that. Now, I haven't spoken about that orientation of body and that look to now, but that's what you will end up with going forward as a in a variation proportion relative to an individual, depending on your hip extensor flexibility, the strength you've got in your core, and how much you've got in your legs, as to how much of that you'll get. I'm very strong in the core, and I'm very strong in my legs. So I can actually get that and fire those arms away. There it is, guys. This is where I want to be. See the club still in front of me. Look at this. Shoulders still closed. There's your checkboard. If a competent coach, or just a traditional coach, was looking at me from over there, say that guy's a hacker, got no idea how to swing. And he might be right saying I'm a hacker. But I'm a little bit above a hacker. But he wouldn't know what I was doing. And here lies the problem for a lot of people. A lot of people see that and say that's wrong. Well, it is wrong in terms of conventional golf swing. This is not conventional. This is not even remotely like a conventional golf swing. Doesn't, different planets. One's Mars and one's Saturn, and this is Mars. I'd love to be in that position. The power on that shot, guys, is quite extraordinary. Here we are. You see, so I'm here, guys. I look like a left-hander. That's how a left-hander conventionally would set up to hit the ball. Be setting up like that. That's it. I want this club and everything in a straight line. And I want a little bit of the feeling that the club actually, the handle drags back early. And I definitely want this, when I scoop, I want the handle coming in this way. Doesn't get any better than that. Look at this, guys. Both feet down. Look at me here. Okay, now, I wasn't going to unveil that till the new year. But a lot of people, I think, have been doing this on the downswing. I just hit a couple of shots front on here. I think a lot of people have been doing this on the downswing. Moving forward a little bit. Now, I felt my trail arm, I hit that great, but I just, my trail arm really got jammed up there. And as soon as you go move this forward, guys, you're just going to take the height off the shot. That ball went much lower than I normally hit the ball. Much lower. As opposed to this. That's perfectly up in the air. Just try and do this smoother. There it is, guys. Yeah, so you can fire those hips open. That's the feeling you want. You can have them open as much as you like. Just get a feeling where you do this. Get to the top and just do that. Fire those hips open. As soon as you fire the weight into there, you'll feel the weight go down into your heel and the arch of your foot. That's the way to get the feeling. I just hit a couple of drivers. I hope the audio is good. There's no movement on the wires, so it should be okay. Now watch where I've got the club, guys. Look. Here. Look at this. Look at this. Look. That ball is never going to come down. Hang back Harry. Or hang back Johnny. Once you get a couple of those, you'll be really surprised. It looks a bit weird. Yeah, but that is the ultimate. I'll probably have a modification to that going forward. But that's where I want to be. I want to fire this here against the closed shoulders and the weight driving here. I don't ever want to go here. I can have closed shoulders there, but if I move all this forward, if I move it all forward, the club's going to be pointing so far right I'll never find it. Okay guys, that's just a little bit of channel lock. Again, have a nice Christmas. Hope everybody gets the Christmas presents they were hoping someone would give them. Hope you have a nice Christmas day. Don't eat too much. Oh, it's Christmas. Eat as much as you want. I'm going to indulge over Christmas and then probably go to the gym Christmas night and just work it all off. And that's good. I know I can overindulge and then go and get rid of it. Okay guys, have a nice Christmas. Thanks for supporting the channel throughout the year. It's your channel. It might have Atomic Golf's name on it, but it's everybody's channel. It's the people that support its channel. If you support it, it's your channel. And don't be afraid to ask or send me personal videos, guys. Do whatever you want. You know, I'll devote as much time as I can to supporting whatever you need in order to get your golf swing going, and particularly with channeling. We'll be doing some conventional stuff during the year, some County Ogie stuff, and I'll be going into the County Ogie grip and all that type of stuff. So it's a pretty exciting year ahead for us. Okay guys, Merry Christmas, and we'll catch up in the new year.